frequency that has awakened to higher resonance, or a frequency that is so exiled from the light of what is and the unity of all that they act as an independent black vortex, trying to dominate and control all towards them. But essentially, from the progression of the eye of eternity, essentially all energies are all reunited in the highest resonance and the highest key of all that is. It's all issue of actualization and time and progress. And so, from the perspective of the eye of eternity, whether it takes 100 lifetimes or 1,000 lifetimes, all that is redeemed back into a reunited embrace and oneness. And so, essentially, there is no good, there is no evil, there is only actualized and languishing latent energy. And there's no extra pieces in creation, and nothing is wasted. So let's understand the source of what we call evil, the source of what many call dark or baser energies, where they are derived from, and how they operate. And in understanding how individuals operate with the baser frequencies, and we can understand how the light worker navigates and uses their energy, the reciprocal energy, because they're two sides of the same coin. And so as one acts, you can actually derive and learn a great deal of wisdom as to the power of the individual who's aligned, and how they can use their sacred music, the integrity of the song within, to help manifest bountifully in creation and co-creation for a greater unity. There are two core energies in creation. One is best associated with the energy of expansion. And the other is best associated with the energy of retraction. The energy of expansion is associated with the energy of wisdom called Father, God as Father. The energy that is retractive energy is associated with the energy of understanding and is associated with God as Mother, the Alpha and the Omega. When we understand, we are taking from the river of eternity, of wisdom, of infinite knowledge, and we're splicing off a little part that we're taking possession of. And that's called understanding. For wisdom, we're just a drop in a large ocean of ever-expanding wisdom. We never contain anything. In fact, when you look in the world, the word for water, in practically all languages, is always plural. There's no individualized water. It's always a plural energy. In the Hebraic, it's the word mayim. It's always water as a collective, expansive energy. And there's no little piece of individual water. Water is associated with reservoirs of wisdom, eternal wisdom, flowing eternally. And the energy, the Divine Mother energy, the energy of understanding, is associated with fire. And fire has more of a singular energy. And fire is, well, in our world, when you are tested, when you experience, it's called you are forged in fire. When you glean knowledge that you have actualized, you are forged in the fires. Which means that your experience has given you understanding. And that understanding has broken you free from previous paradigms enough for you to rejoin back into an ever expansion and connectivity to all in the universe. And so the fire plays a key role as well into breaking down in the world of actuality the individual's potential, vast potential resources, and testing it and bringing it into the world of actuality as actualized individuals. Realize that the higher resonances, whether we're alluding to seraphic or legions of angels, higher resonance, or you just want to focus on energy and the cores that are broadcasting creation. All of them heal. Healing is bringing things into balance and alignment to a greater connectivity. They bring connectivity. They repair dysfunction that comes from disconnect or misalignment or detachment. They help realign all of creation back into attunement for a collective network where they are organized in unison in a progression of an expanding energy. And that energy is called life. And life is often called love in that space. And it's an expansive energy. It's always growing. And it's never contained because it's always progressing, expanding further, delivering more and more life, more and more connectivity, and more intertwined co-creation. The polar reciprocal opposite energy will be in ratio, the same construct, but for an opposite agenda, would be the energy of the baser energies. The networks of baser energies, the way they function, they have no power on their own. The only way they glean their power is by creating separation. When they separate something from its source, then the individual begins to get vertigo and has no new sustenance. It's not connected to the renewable connectivity to all that is. It is, to varying degrees, removed further and further and further from source. And in that removal, in that covering, in that callousness, that distancing from an understanding of being one with source, that intelligence, that individual begins to resonate a resonance of I am source. I am the source. Because I don't see the source, I'm so far from source. To a degree, they resonate the I am all that is, the ego. That individual is disconnected from the network of connectivity, and in doing so, will not witness the connectivity, will not witness source, because they've shut their own shade through the expansion of their ego. Such an individual will not have the renewed vibrancy that's flowing through them in life because they've detached themselves from that network. They've shut the shade. And that individual will say, there is no network. But they have a voracious appetite to acquire and to own, because they do not have a connectivity to that network. They've detached that connectivity through the anger, through their shame. And so therefore, they have a voracious appetite to possess, to own, because they are a creation that is infinite in nature, and they're detached from the frequency of light, of intimacy with that light networking and flowing through all things. They only receive that light in a passive construct. They don't actively